Alright, so I can't do any better justice describing this run than Final Flame could probably do in chat for you if he so chooses, but this is a run that we've been so lucky as to feature a couple of times on fast-paced events marathons, where it was just one where we started watching it in games committee and review processes, and Flame in particular was taken and just kind of became the biggest evangelist for this game, and I feel like it's spread across the staff like wildfire since then. So, Snowball, OddlyShapedBug, if you want to get further into an explanation of what we'll be seeing here, it's time to do it. The floor is yours.
Alright, thank you. Hello everyone, I am Snowball, and this is going to be Lenna's Inception co-op perfect ending. Lenna's Inception is it an action-adventure, is it a roguelike, or is it both?
It's an action-adventure roguelite.
There we go. That plays very similarly to the old 2D Zeldas, with a very heavy sort of randomizer-like element to it. There is co-op play in this, and it is really, really cool and opens the door to just some faster strats, some strats that you can't do single player, and also a whole lot of bantering when we inevitably do routing choices that the other finds to be quite the head scratcher. I am, being joined by my big sister, OddlyShapedBug.
Hello, my name is Moth. I'm sort of Snowball's assistant for this run.
You literally have a faster PB than me, what are you talking about? And you're player 1.
I'm Snowball's assistant for this run.
Alright.
So one thing is there is going to be a lot that happens right near the start of the run in terms of like information gathering, and some of it is stuff that we are going to explain when it happens initially, and some of it is stuff that's going to be more relevant later. So we will put off explaining certain things until later in the run. But with that, I think our explanation is done. So we just go into story mode.
Lenna.
Okay, so our world seed. Will you put in our seed?
What is our seed? I don't know what the anniversary seed is.
Okay.
We're doing the anniversary seed. This game just had its 5-year anniversary a couple days ago, which is really, really cool. Awesome game. You all should check it out.
Yes, it's really good.
But I think with that out of the way...
So to be clear, neither of us have seen this seed before, so we are going to have to find our way through the whole game.
Yes, this is going to be a blind-seeded run.
Yes.
Both of us, this is sort of like... our preferred method of playing the game is the random and blind seeds, so...
Okay, so, without any further ado, I think we can begin now. In 3, 2, 1, go!
Go!
So, we start out in this school here, once it finishes generating the world.
That's a horrible
We pick up the
order.
old yardstick, and there's this chicken here. This chicken is named Henrietta. She's going to take us somewhere. Something happened to the school. I wonder what that could be. School's not doing so great.
That seems normal to me. That's what my school looked like.
Wow, that's awesome. So we're just sort of following this chicken. He'll be seen again, that big kind of scary looking guy. Anyway, let's go into this cave. This guy's dead.
It's dangerous to go alone, the whole theme of the marathon.
We got this whistle, get rid of Henrietta, goodbye Henrietta. And so now here is Lance. He's the hero of the game, so we need to teach him how to use his sword. I'm going to go up to the first dungeon. Because of the way multiplayer works in this game, also, I guess I should mention, I'm playing the first approximately 2 minutes of this run solo, and then multiplayer is unlocked after the first pass through this dungeon. So basically I'm going into this dungeon to teach Lance how to use his sword, because he is the hero, and he doesn't know how to use his sword, and that's not good. There's just some blocks pushing to do. This is sort of a case of, because the layout of the whole world and the dungeons is like randomly arranged, there's going to be a bit of like trial and error with figuring out where to go, and although there is most of the time some sort of method to it. So Lance has died. The big thing just fell on his head. That's not too great because he's the hero who is supposed to save everyone from the bad guys.
There is a way in Perfect Ending to change Lance's fate, but that can get a little bit RNG dependent because sometimes Lance just decides he doesn't want that.
So before I leave and pick up Snowball, I'm going to take Lance's sword and his cell phone, and I'm going to use the sword to cut this grass because I want money. I want to get up to 20 coins. I'm at 14 now, 15, because there's a store that I need to go shopping at.
That's literally on the same screen as Dungeon 1 on the seed, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Most important things in life: money, cell phone, and your sword.
Yeah. Okay, so Andres the Bear, he sold us a tunic. What's the tunic going to do? It's a growth tunic that makes us large. We do not need that at all. Sometimes he sells you tunics that have really good effects, and sometimes he sells you tunics that have really useless effects like that. Okay, so now...
There is a tunic on the screen with the Shadow Temple, but unfortunately it's in a little bit of a convoluted spot, so we might not end up actually seeing what that tunic is.
Yeah, it's probably nothing.
It's probably strength.
Okay, so that there, Shadow Lenna, that is who is going to be operated by Snowball. So now, basically, the screen will not transition unless both of us are going to the same place. Here is Paige, she's the librarian. She's going to give us the locations of the next 2 dungeons, as well as, let's go right from here, as well as starts a side quest that's going to be a very major thing where we have to pick up her lost library books. There are 16 of them total. We need 8 to get to the second phase of the quest, and then we need 12 total to finish the quest.
Also, that building that we went into on the way to Dungeon 2 is the office. That is one of the 4 West Island side sort of like side quest character / locations that we need for later. As this is Perfect Ending, we will be needing to complete all of the side quests to get very special items that we will be using a little bit later for something really cool.
Yeah. So one thing about this game to note is that the layouts of things are randomized. However, there is some a little bit of predictability to certain aspects. For example, dungeons will always have one out of a certain set of like predetermined general shapes. So the way the rooms connect and what the rooms contain is random, but the shapes are like limited, so you can use that sort of as a starting point for routing through dungeons. In the last one we got the lighter, which as you can see it shoots a fireball and lets us do this dash. So it's really nice for moving quickly. One thing to note is we went into a dungeon, got the item, didn't fight the boss. We went into a second dungeon, got the item out of it, didn't fight the boss. And there are 2 reasons for that. One of them has to do with the ending that we're playing for. And we'll explain that once we get to actually fighting the bosses later, sort of in the final third of this run. The other reason has to do with an item that we're going to get later that sort of makes exploration in general way faster. This is really, so far, really lucky, like, arrangement of stuff in the overworld. Like, getting between dungeons has been very fast.
The one downside so far to the overworld is we have found 0 books. So hopefully that doesn't come around to haunt us, because every once in a while, Paige is the NPC that decides your run will not do anything good.
Yeah, so now we're in the bank. they're sort of, the bad guys are here. This is the chairman of the bank. He's going to drop us through a trap door into the 4th dungeon, which is in the basement of his bank. Hey, it's the first of the library books. So we've got a really good shape for this dungeon. It's one that doesn't feel quite as common. I think it's just a square, basically, so that's relatively, like... It's relatively comfortable to navigate later on, is sort of how I'll put it. Like, during backtracking and stuff.
And in this dungeon, we will be grabbing bombs. So bombs are really handy because they deal, double damage than the sword?
Yep.
The one risk, of course, is as they are bombs, you can't blow yourself up, and that's never a good thing. Tunic in the vault. We will be robbing this bank later.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a hike, but that's fine. Oh wait, yeah, we can't. I'm just gonna kill this this enemy here because if you kill all the enemies on a screen in the overworld, sometimes an item will drop like that. We just got 100 coins. Let's turn around, go down. Oh wait, no, we can't go there.
Can't go down on that screen.
It's because of the, like, you know how the screen, like, shifts by a few pixels as you move? Yeah, okay.
Oh, we got the 3 Bears cottage.
Yeah, so Goldilocks and the 3 bears are in this game. We're just gonna go inside so we can warp back there later, but we don't actually need
and there's
to...
Creepy Jack. Now we just need the thirsty person, and then we have all of the side quest characters on the west side of the island.
Oh yeah, this is a good time to explain how health works in this game. You know, in something like, you know, Zelda or whatever, if you drop to 0 hearts, you die. In this game though, if you drop to 0 hearts, you're sort of put in like a critical state where if you get hit again, you die. But if you survive for a certain amount of time, you get healed back up to half a heart. You want to explain that guy that we just met?
He's Dalvin. He'll be seen again.
Great explanation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, all the way to the right.
But yeah, Dalvin is going to be a very important character for the story later on. He will, in fact, be seen again.
He's up to things. Okay, not the best luck with drops there, because that was a bunch of like really easy enemies to clear out, but nothing came of it. Something to keep in mind is that like when you get an item from a dungeon, you have to use that item somewhere in the overworld to reach the next dungeon, and that can be used for sort of like routing. Like sometimes you get the item and then it's a good idea to like actively look for barriers that you can pass using whatever you just got. Let's go right.
Also, something very funny about Dungeon 5 that I've noticed is pretty much there will be a room right near the start of the dungeon that...
No,
push it. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm good at puzzles, everyone. Shoutouts to me. I am the time-lost queen. There will be a room very early on in Dungeon 5 that has doors locked behind a bunch of spiders.
Okay, let's go back and then...
All that time loss that I granted us mercifully for nothing.
Yeah, as someone who runs a co-op puzzle game, it's just, yeah. That sort of thing is all over the place, and you either have to own it yourself or the other person will do it for you. So I appreciate you being on top of it in that regard.
Ooh woo.
Hell yeah. Alright, this screen's gonna be important later because of that little shop mat.
Yeah, so we just got the fish leather shorts, which allows us to swim.
Oh,
Oh, we passed it.
We can read maps.
chat appreciating the shiny Spinnerax in this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got
They're
some
friendly.
Zelda, we got some Pokemon, we got some puzzle gaming, a little bit of everything. You really should check it out for yourself.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
Fun fact about the whole the Pokemon thing.
Oh.
The,
I know what you're gonna say.
these guys here actually show up in Bitten Studios' other game, Cassette Beasts, which is a monster collecting RPG that has some inspiration from Pokemon in it.
It's sort of like there's some Pokemon, but there's also like it's open world and the level design is like Link's Awakening. Like it's really like compact and efficiently designed, and it's really, really good.
While also being a 3D platformer.
Also, check it out. These snails are like exploding all over the. Pick that thing up.
I'm trying.
Okay, thank you. So we got the spring that allows us to jump.
That was a really good D6 layout because normally, I say normally, it's more times than not rather with Dungeon 6.
Oh, I didn't go there because I was scared of the meteor.
The route to the item room will be locked behind.
Let's do this because we don't
yeah.
have axe. This is an optional. We're gonna get an optional item here. It's the hammer. The hammer allows us to destroy rocks similarly to like using bombs. But also the reason why we pick it up is that it's 50% stronger than the sword and it's unblockable. There's a type of enemy later on that, well, that has shown up a little bit that can like block and dodge attacks.
Yeah.
And the hammer sort of lets us deal with that.
This is a really good layout for Dungeon 7 as well.
We've got an extra row, by the way.
I
I think.
on the top.
Yeah. The one trade-off with the hammer is that it's... Oh, no, we don't. All the way to the right.
Oh, we don't?
Yeah. The one trade-off with the hammer is that it has a smaller hitbox than the sword.
That becomes not that much of a trade-off when we really have to start working our way past the gray crabs. You just blew me up. I do not appreciate that. But this dungeon is going to be... The item room is going to be locked behind at least one color of key. Normally Dungeon 6 is locked behind a blue key door to get to the item room, but on this seed we got a little bit lucky and didn't have to worry about that and could just go straight over to the item room. Okay, so yeah, this is most certainly going to be the green key. Then no, we're back to start. And
You want to do that not the top left? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's more checks efficiently, I think.
Okay.
We are so good at reading maps.
Okay.
Left and then up, and then
We just sort of keep going left up, left up.
left up. Alright.
No, this is the meteor.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep, it is up the top left.
Well, now we have more information.
What information is that?
So sue me for being thorough.
What information is that?
We have information. Don't you want to be more knowledgeable?
Okay.
Would you enjoy
So-
information about recent donations?
Oh, that would be
Benefiting
fine.
Take This?
Sure.
Excellent. We have a $25 donation from Bandit the Cat. Hello, Internet. It is I, Bandit. Mama is getting ready for baking stream later today, so I am here to remind you to please remember to eat some bacon, drink the water, take the medicines, and run around your home like a crazy person. It is good.
Yeah.
Yippee!
And we also have a $10 donation from Can Panda. Those did both go to our open target or goal of Arg and Huds facing off in the Kick in the Box open. And we also had a one of those two went towards adding milk duds for our monster. So
Ooh.
yeah, a little intimidating towards my aged teeth, but if that's your style, I can completely get behind it. There are certain kinds of foods I just try not to eat anymore. Getting old is well, you know, it's an experience. My joke is I don't recommend it, but no, it's, you know, it's just part of the process.
Yeah.
I need to go left.
Okay, so this is the lab. This is like one of the very few places in the whole game that's like the layout is completely scripted and exactly the same every time. So we've just saved Professor Maxwell, who was trapped in the basement. He's like brilliant scientist who invents all sorts of good things. Let's exit to get the warp.
Yeah.
And he tells us that his lab assistant was actually evil, and not only that, but he was the guy from the bridge earlier.
Yeah, Dalvin is the evil lab assistant. That bookshelf over there will always have one of the missing library books. There are 4 of the books that will always be in the same spot. There, Andres the bear, who we bought the tunic from at the start of the run, will always have one. And then there will always be one in Paige's bedroom and on a bookshelf back in the Bankers Guild.
We didn't buy the one from Andres earlier when we went to get the tunic from him because the book is very expensive.
So we will be waiting to pick that one up until after we have robbed the bank.
Yeah.
That's their fee for keeping an overdue library book. We robbed the whole vault.
It's only like 1,000 coins, which works out to about $10.
You never know how much they value certain things in other places. I don't like gray crabs. They're the bane of my existence.
Okay, let's go up. This is... So one thing to note is that since in dungeons... Wait, do we have the key?
Yeah.
Oh, we do have the key.
Yeah, we already went through a blue door.
Wow. Okay, so in dungeons 4 and 8, because you like enter by falling through something, like coming down through the ceiling instead of going through the front door, you don't get the warp point to the exit of the dungeon until you like actually go into that room. So going up was a risk, but it paid off this time. Now we get the glasses. The glasses do some interesting things. Yeah, so we can screen wrap now.
Not only is this intended gameplay, it is required gameplay in order to defeat the game.
Yeah, okay, let's clear out bottom row now. So we're like kind of out of bounds and stuff. How about we clear bottom row and then
Leave.
Yeah. Because this is not a particularly conducive shape to actually like clearing stuff out efficiently.
Yeah, so what we were doing there is in dungeons 4 through 8, there will always be... Oh, that's a weird spot for the past.
Let's go.
There will always be one secret room somewhere. And all of them will have specific special items in them. I don't know what button on controller lets me dive. And there's one item that we need for drastically speeding up one of the final bosses.
Mm-hmm. So also now we're in the palace, and this is the other like important location where the layout's always the same. So there's a route through this that is very optimized and very like... That was not the one we needed.
No, okay.
Fire resistance.
That's gonna come in handy later, unless we find a tunic that's better. Why did it do that to me?
So we have hammer, so we can just... Ordinarily, you would use bombs in that room, and it's a little bit slower to use bombs. But yeah, this is like a really intricate maze, this area, and usually, if you're playing it casually the first time, it can take like an hour to figure out where you're going. But it's been routed out optimally enough that it's a lot less than that. As you see here, we're about to clear the palace. This is sort of like the final dungeon. Basically, we're just getting access to the ending and then leaving. That's because we want to... There were those couple of item checks and the tunic also, because the tunic is always there. We wanted to see what effect that was. Let's just go south and then go back north. So now basically we have all of the dungeon items, so we can go wherever we want. So now we're basically just doing a sweep through the right side of the map to try to find a bunch of characters related to different side quests, because for perfect ending you need to finish all of the main side quests. Here's one such thing. You want to explain our friend the woodcutter?
He cuts wood. He wants to find a secret, even though, and says that he's never found one in all his years of woodcutting, even though there's one sitting right next to him. We cut the secret tree down, and he gives us a glitched log. We're going to need that item for a little bit later. There's a zoologist.
Yeah, so also that place that we just sort of ducked into momentarily is called the Strange Cave. There's a thing that we have to do there later, but we're going to do it later once we have a little bit more things progressed. And now
Naked Bear and Potter Tunley, so now I think we just need the Traveling Merchant, right?
Yep, so that's Potter and Tunley. They're sort of like, they sell potions and tunics, hence the names. They said that their sister, Tressa, went missing, and so now she's hanging out with the guy at the Strange Cave, apparently, and so he gave us her phone number so that we can try to find her. Oh wow, you found that.
Found what?
The way across.
I'm getting rid of these guys.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We are not doing so great on books right now, which could end up being a problem for later.
We have 4, so we have 3 randoms.
Yeah, and we need 5 more randoms.
Yeah.
Oof.
So basically the ways, generally speaking, the best way to look for books is simply to clear out all of the enemies on a given screen. And so it's sort of a risk-reward efficiency type of...
See, I was going to recommend your local library, but...
Well, all the books are missing from there.
Oh, no.
That's why we have to find them.
Yeah. Let's go here and then left another. Oh no.
No, we can't go left another.
Let's handle this crab. Oh, that's water.
Okay, so we need the water for the, would you stop trying to...
Okay, fine. So basically what I was setting up there is a technique called a lighter climb, where basically if you use the lighter, like if you are pressed up against a wall and you use the lighter as you and like as the dash activates, if you jump, you will like press yourself a little bit into the wall, and if you do it enough times in a row, you can sort of like jump over the wall. This is not...
Wait, no, let me get rid of this one enemy.
Okay.
Ugh, I can't. There we go. See, I knew it. I didn't know.
Wait, where was he?
I just guessed. Next to Palace.
Okay. Let's check. He gave us a tunic. It was a healing tunic.
That's pretty good. So I think we just need to do stuff on the west side plus books, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're going to move over to the west side. Okay. We're going to move over to the west side. We need to find... There's one person that we need to find. The thirsty person. We also need to find some books. Because we are a little bit behind where is ideal. We're not in like a bad position with it, but if we were going...
The screen.
Okay. Okay, there was a book just in the grass?
That can happen sometimes. It is extremely rare, though.
Okay, good call checking this screen.
Thank you. Oh, whoops. Wait, I can work back.
Yeah, I was just getting myself.
I'm checking this screen, too. Hey, last time I checked the screen, it worked out well, didn't it? Oh. Not this time.
So that's a meteor. We don't really use them for anything in a speed run. Casually, they're nice because you can use them to upgrade your weapons. So right now we're basically just combing through the side of the map and getting, going to all of this. Let's go in here. Let's go in here. We're taking a little detour. So Goldilocks has been breaking into the Three Bears house, and we need to catch her doing it.
Oh wait, we have to go.
And we're going to do the only like actual glitch in this whole run, and that is if you go into the house to make Goldilocks show up, and then scroll the screen twice, multiple Goldilockses will spawn. Usually this is sort of like a stealth sort of thing, like hide and seek from Oracle of Seasons, you know, when you're following the Subrosian brothers around. But since we're out of bounds, Goldilocks can't see us no matter what. And since the game doesn't actually count, like, the game doesn't actually check to see if you have followed her through all of the screens, the game only checks whether or not... What have you done?
Oh wait.
Oh.
Oh wait. I can save this.
Okay, so the screen basically doesn't... Or the game doesn't check to see which screens you've progressed through. It just checks to see how many times a Goldilocks has progressed by a screen. So if you spawn 3 Goldilockses, once they leave that first screen, the Goldilocks like screen movement counter has gone to 3, which is what you need to finish the quest.
So we need, I believe, 2 more random bugs. That's a good find to get. Just a little bit more.
Yeah,
money.
we're at 7, right? And we only picked up the 1.
Yeah. So chances are we're probably going to need all 3 of the other like set spawn books. Where is this? We didn't find Thirsty Person, right?
I don't think so.
I also do not think so, but I'd like to believe you are paying more attention than I have been.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's also like one of those things where, like, you know, it's easy to overlook if you're not, like, you know, actively.
Definitely.
Oh, there.
Yeah, you know, you have a decently long checklist from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, so we...
Let me clear the screen.
You're clearing the screen. Okay, so anyway, we found the thirsty person. We fed them some water, so now they're the hydrated person and they're healthy. They gave us a... what is that thing called?
A paperclip.
A paperclip, and we're going to give the paperclip to the office worker. She's going to turn the paperclip into a very stylish pair of glasses. She gives us a pen. And so now we take the pen to our friend, the Creepy Jack, and he forges us a property deed. Now we are locked, progress is locked behind finding more books at this point.
Dang, we rob a bank and we forge property information?
Yeah, this game's awesome.
This run is full of very cool crimes.
This game teaches very important life skills. So
you're checking screens, huh? No,
we
let's check that one screen that's down.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So basically, at this point, we are literally we cannot progress anymore until we find one more book.
And then we're still going to need another book after that. Okay. I think while we just sort of look for
No, let's get Paige now and do the bank now.
Okay, and then once we get sort of through the bank, then that would be a pretty good time, I think, for a few more donations.
So Paige has started following us around because we have 8 books, and she's happy, and she's our friend now. And there's a overdue library book in Paige's bedroom. We did not talk to her about. We didn't even call Tressa.
No, we didn't.
So now we call Tressa on the phone. She says she's at the library. We talk to Paige. Paige says Tressa's going to be at the bank. So now we go to the bank.
Ow, I got blown up by a snail.
And now we talk to this woman about the loan that Tressa took out. And we get the phone number for Tressa's mom. We give the forged property deed to that skeleton. He's so happy he gives us a briefcase. We call Tressa's mom on the phone, and she says that Tressa is in a dungeon exploring, and it's dangerous and a bad idea.
How much money do we have?
We need 4 more. So
let's get the tuna.
You can get that. Nice. And we are... So we need 1,000...
There's another poison tunic.
Oh, it's a duplicate. Okay.
Nice. That happens every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to get this overdue library book here. Sometimes weird stuff happens if you go through that door in multiplayer, but it didn't this time. The skeleton's going to explain how the bank works. So we're going to deposit 1,000 coins exactly. And now we are going to withdraw 999 coins exactly, try to withdraw the last coin, and the skeleton tells us you can't withdraw that much.
Andres, on D1.
Oh yeah. Skeleton tells us that you can't withdraw that much money, so he gives us an IOU. We buy an overdue library book from Andres.
That should be good.
And some healing potions. We really don't need healing potions in multiplayer. Wait, where is the bear? The bear.
No, we need the
Oh yeah.
straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up and over one. Yesterday during practice, Bug forgot the side quest order and was about to do it again.
It's fine.
Very upset.
It's fine. I think you will live.
I wouldn't have actually been upset then. I'm joking.
Okay, so we gave the traveling merchant the briefcase, and he was so happy that he gave us his shirt, and now we give the shirt to the naked bear. So now we're gonna.
From the cave is zoologist, right?
Yeah. So now we're going to go to the zoologist and give her the claw we got from the naked bear, and we get her binoculars. So now we go to the now shirtless traveling merchant for the last time, and he gives us his special book, which is not one of the library books.
And now
we still need one missing library book.
Yeah, and now we are completely locked behind. We need this library book in order to finish the game on the perfect ending.
The fact that that shirt fit the bear so snugly fills me with a lot of questions.
Yeah. The bear is... Everyone loves the naked bear. And now the clothed bear. Let's get him. Let's get him.
Right.
Yay, 12 books. Okay, so now we talk to Paige. She's like, I'm really happy that you found all of my books. Let's have a celebration. We need 10 marshmallows.
We can get marshmallows in the strange cave.
Yep, so the strange cave is sort of a combat gauntlet. These enemies are marshmallows, and when we defeat them, they drop a marshmallow that we can pick up. And we need 10 of these, so we're just going to sort of farm the second wave of this a bunch of times, because it's basically the fastest way of doing this. So we got 6 from those, and now we sort of now finish this for real. Let's switch the axe. I think the axe is larger.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure the axe has a slightly larger hitbox than the hammer, and it has the same increased damage relative to the sword that the hammer has.
Yeah, but this is going to be just pretty much going through a bunch of waves of different enemies that we've seen throughout the run, so if you've got any messages, now would be a really good time for them.
Fantastic. We have a $10 donation from the Van Diesel. There's some FPE lore for you. Comment reads simply, I'm still here. Wait. Donate. You will see me again. Oh, tremendously generous and threatening of you, Van Diesel. Thank you so much. I did not submit that game to this event, so maybe on some future day, but thank you so much for submitting for chocolate cake mix flavor for homemade Twinkies and in getting us just a little bit closer to our Argon HUD's 1v1 match, the inaugural Kick It a Box Open.
Okay, so now we put on the fire resistance tunic.
Yeah, because these guys love to breathe fireballs all over the room, and the chip damage from the fire can stack up really quickly. The fire resistance tunic makes it so we are just completely immune from taking damage from fire. So that's very handy, and now we're having the celebration with Paige.
Yep, campfire. It's very cute and cozy sort of scene, but we're just gonna skip right through it because it's slow. Now we use the pet whistle to dismiss Paige, and that should be, yes, we are ready to begin.
Unequip the whistle.
We are ready to begin the boss's rush. So,
Okay, we're doing these first?
yeah.
Cool.
So, here's Tressa. She's gonna give us the patent for her tunics and potions. So the first reason why we didn't do the bosses until now, you're kind of seeing it right now, is that the glasses make moving so efficient. Other reason is we have to be friends with the bosses through the using of the things we got from the side quests. So this is Santa Queel. He is Santa Claus but evil. I'm going to do everything in this fight because I have sort of optimized it a little bit. And it's something that isn't really faster if you do it if you have multiple people trying to do it. But yeah, so he's Santa Claus. I said we don't have to fight like this, and he's like, okay, fine. And then he left peacefully and friendlyly and happily, and he's my best friend now.
Okay, good. I was going to ask, like, when you described the idea of you have to make friends with the bosses, I'm like, isn't it kind of meaner to make friends with someone before you fight and defeat them? But now I see how
you have to, you know, use a little force to show them that, you know, hey, you should be friends with me because I'm strong. Okay, so we are now out of bounds. That's not the thing we wanted. So because it's a square...
Ah, dang it.
Because this dungeon's a square, it's pretty easy to clear everything out. Oh yeah, it's Tentaluchus. I love this guy. This is Tentaluchus, this subterranean squid. Everyone loves him. He's... So right now we're sort of lining ourselves up with a specific set of pixels on his body because we're trying something that, if it works right, is going to save us a lot of time. It didn't.
Of course, because we're in the marathon, why would it work?
Ideally, if you like exactly center yourself with the middle of Tentaluchus, he will not do this attack where he bounces so slowly. Sometimes, even if you get the lineup exactly, it doesn't work, and I'm not entirely sure. I kind of think it has something to do with some sort of subpixel arrangement, but don't quote me on that because I don't. Hey, we got it that time! So that's what that's supposed to look like under ideal circumstances. So this is 2 phases, so we can beat him up right now.
Yeah, in addition to having the secret rooms, dungeons 4 through 8 also have 2-phase boss fights. And
he's so beautiful.
Because the glasses are always in Dungeon 8 and the sword and other items are always in Dungeon 1, the Dungeon 8 boss fight will always be 2 phases and the Dungeon 1 boss fight will always be 1 phase. The boss of each dungeon depends on what the dungeon's item is. So Tentaluchus is always the boss of the bomb dungeon. Santa Queel is always the boss of the lighter dungeon, etc., etc. So the boss of 1, yeah, will never have a 2-phase fight, and vice versa for Dungeon 8.
Yeah. One thing to note is that during most of these bosses, I'm going to keep the glasses active the whole time, and that is because it sort of changes how certain animations work and makes some of the bosses a whole lot faster. Oh no, wait.
Not one. And then
One more, yeah. This is Hydranial. This is where we learn about a strange little mechanic. So usually he will, like, his attack cycles are based on if you pick something up using the strength effect and throw it back at him. But for some reason, it also counts if you take a bomb and drop... I know that. If you take a bomb and drop it on the ground and then pick it back up, for some reason that counts as lifting it. So that's that boss out of the way. Right after we pick up these little orbs that they dropped, we have to warp out quickly, because if we don't do it quickly enough, there's going to be a long cutscene that plays. This should just be straight up, right?
Yeah. Also, we got pretty lucky with Dungeon 1 being a forest, because forest dungeons are really hard to backtrack through, because instead of voids, the out-of-bounds rooms are just full of trees that have full-on collision.
Yeah, so you can't move out of bounds in forest dungeons.
You are not guaranteed a forest dungeon on every seed, but if you get a forest dungeon, you can, or rather, you cannot have more than one forest dungeon on a seed. So having it at Dungeon 1 is really handy, because now we don't have to worry about dealing with a forest for looking for the secret rooms for one of the fancy little items. Yeah, D8.
Let's do 8, yeah.
And then 7.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong button. That's the Louie. Oh shoot. Whoops. Where are we thinking the boss is? Right middle?
I'm thinking left middle. Like, go up one from here and then...
Just over?
Yeah. I think, like, this shape, never mind. The shape,
Oh.
you were right!
I was right.
The shape that we got for this dungeon is one of the hardest to navigate, in my opinion. So now we're on to my personal favorite boss in the game, Archangel Hadasaya, the Vampire Magician. I just think she's really cool. Like, she looks really cool, her attack patterns are really cool.
I'm not a huge fan of this fight for a speedrun setting, because this first phase is really long and it's kind of an auto-scroller. There are several different attacks that she will do in a set order, and you can only attack her once after all of the attacks are done.
Yeah.
This fight is very Kirby-coded, between disappearing into the hat and dropping faces at you, firing blades. This makes me think of the likes of Marks from several Kirby games.
That's a good, like, comparison, I think. Alright, so this is also, like, very sort of helpful for us, because this attack here, if I just stand under her and hold my sword out while facing to the left, all of the things that she spawns will just fall on top of the sword and disappear, and also it can heal me. Like, sometimes they will drop hearts. Okay, so now we move on to phase 2. This is one of the scariest...
No, let me hit,
okay.
and then I'm gonna run away because I'm low on health.
Okay. This is one of the scariest moments of the whole run when you're first starting out, because it's a very, like, relentless sort of thing, but if you have 2 players and or if you have a lot of experience with it, it becomes very manageable. And now we leave. And now we find out that actually Lenna is the mother of all of the archangels that we've been fighting. So it's a good thing that we are friends with all of them now.
And also we find out that Dalvin
Let's inspect
is
the left.
responsible for all of the glitchiness in the city and for the chairman getting as much power as he has and imprisoning the prince, and all of that really bad stuff that he's doing. Hey, Krabaddin.
This is Krabaddin, the Doomsday Crab. Everyone is scared of him except for me.
His second phase is pretty brutal the first time you play. His hitbox for that charge attack on the second phase is quite a bit larger, and also he really likes trying to fake you out and dodge the arrows on the second phase, which
yeah, he will change direction at random and his hurt boxes orbit him, and if he's moving to the left, they will move faster than you can strafe. So this is also like the second longest phase 2 of any boss in this game. Second only to Sand Dolphin, who we are going to see.
Also have to do the 2-phase fight for. Yeah, usually that boss
So
that
we
we fought
have-
in Dungeon 3 Hadranial, you usually want to see him Dungeon 4 or later, because his second phase is very quick.
Who do we have left? Catseal and Sand Dolphin?
Catseal and Sand Dolphin, yeah, but we need to find the room here. So we need to just check those rooms over.
Yeah.
So,
Go one up and then...
one up over.
Yeah. Okay.
Up and over. And up.
And it's going to be the last
The
one
last
we
room
check.
we check.
Luckily, this one doesn't have many to check.
And there it is. We are set.
So, we just picked up a gun. It's very, thematically fitting. Every good video game about going around with a sword and defeating angels, you get a gun, right? It's like the guy from The Legend of Zelda has a gun, I think.
I don't think he does. Alright, phase 2, I take left side, you take right.
Are there any fans of cats in the chat? Anyone likes cute cats?
This is a cute cat.
I mean, most tabbies will murder you if given the chance, so this seems fitting.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them wear CRT monitors on their head.
So basically we have to jump when she does that, her landing attack, because otherwise we will get stunned and then we will get hit by her thing.
You should
Also-
put the healing tunic back on. You're like,
That's a good point.
you're like about to die.
Okay, you take left, I take right. Any gamers in the chat?
Jeez, I sure hope not.
You might recognize these directions that we are supposed to press this in.
Do they make you also press select since this is a co-op run?
No, because actually we're doing perfect ending, so we have to befriend Catseal, the cutest cat in the history of video games and cats in
fine.
video games.
I mean, you didn't really need the 30 lives, so it's fine if you don't finish the code.
Who would? Let's go right. Let's go right. Let's go right.
Oh yeah, I'm so used to having the lighter on.
I probably should put the lighter back on.
Well,
no,
at-
it's
at
not
this-
going to
at
matter
this-
anymore.
yeah,
I
okay.
should have like 10 minutes ago, but right now it won't matter anymore. Okay.
So we've got pretty lengthy first phase, a very, very lengthy bullet hell on the second phase.
Yeah, we're straight up playing Undertale Toho in the second phase. You get up here for the...
No.
You get up here!
No. You can't make me do anything.
Is
I
this boss
can-
what happens when you fuse like an Onyx and a Gyarados?
She's a dolphin.
So we gotta also throw Palafin in there.
Fair.
And so she's a dolphin, but now she's gonna
Turn into whatever this is.
transform. Time for magical girl transformation scene. She's so beautiful. So we have to go underwater to dodge these stars a lot, which is like, we have to manage our oxygen when we dive underwater because that's limited, and we can't see our air meter because I have the glasses on, because that changes some of her attacks to make this fight a little bit better to deal with. So we're already halfway through. We have to take out...
just, what, like a Phalanx and a Budew? Something else. Cat knows. Cat knows what Pokemon this would be made of.
Hey, how about get some donations in and tell us in your donations what you think Sandolphin's second phase looks like.
Do not attack on this next
I'm not going to.
You know what? I don't trust you after you almost killed Catseal the other day.
Almost is not the same as doing it.
Yeah, you took the swing at the joystick. The only reason why we didn't have to redo the fight is because I was faster on the Power of Compassion button.
Okay, so anyway, all of the orbs that we got from the bosses have combined to the Power of Truth. And so that will allow us to do the final boss. So let's go to the palace.
The true final boss. There are 3 final bosses. All of them have absolutely amazing music and are really cool fights. But first we gotta get through these guys. You get back here.
The twin skeleton kings, Edgar and Alan. That's sort of our last mini-boss.
They're total pushovers.
Yep. And now we have our showdown with the chairman. He's
too big to fail.
Yeah, he's too big to fail.
He's a capitalist pig. So we're gonna
The game says so itself. So first I'm gonna jump at him and get punched because that kind of skips an attack that he uses. He's gonna charge at us, and now it's time for some rich man's volley, but I'm standing basically on top of him, so it's easy style. He behaves weirdly in multiplayer. He does that, for instance. Usually he stays in the center, but for some reason...
Yeah, and also something to note when Bug is jumping right at him early on, this is skipping a really long attack where he just sends a herd of cash cows at us.
Yeah, so basically, this is the sort of guy who, like, something bad happens and he's just throwing money at his problems. We are his problems. He died. So now I equip the gun. And the thing about the gun is it instantly defeats whatever you shoot it with, but you only get 1 shot in the whole game. So we have to be really cautious about what we do with it.
Yeah, so this is a really long, really interesting and difficult fight
It's
against
like
Alpha.
2 minutes long.
It's got 4 phases.
Hey, for the marathon, you want to do this?
No.
Okay, fine. Okay, anyway, he's dead. I'm gonna hydrate.
Yeah, so I have vowed to never face off against Delvin in a marathon setting ever again, ever since fighting him caused me to go overestimate. I am forever salty towards Delvin, so now he just, anytime I play this game, I make sure that the gun is pointed at him.
So now we use the debug menu to get to Dungeon 9. Don't worry, this is intended gameplay, and it's the school where Lenna was, and here we go. Fridge.
I should note the time is not immediately after this fight. We'll be sent into a void, go up 1 screen, and then we'll have to pull all of the pizza out of the fridge. When we interact with the fridge to pull the pizza out, that will be when time is.
Yep. So
that makes perfect sense to me.
You need to re-equip the Power of Compassion.
No compassion. I don't want to be compassionate. This is a true final boss, aka a minute and a half or so of experimental glitch art.
And it's really cool. I'll let you do all of the shooting because, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the Elder. He was dead in the cave earlier.
Alright, he's saved now. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's alive again.
I'm just gonna take your word on that. Frankly, that looks like what happens when you walk out of one of the shops without paying for something in a Zelda game. It just happened there.
True.
He'll be seen again. Now we put on the axe and we just
yeah, you have fun.
We just start going off on Lance.
And he's gonna just decide to take 2 extra hits of damage and die, which is a shame. I was mashing the Power of Compassion button trying to save him. He wasn't having any of that.
And now we get attacked by the UI. Okay, and now we have to both take as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible, so we can die. And now I'm the...
Oh yeah, that's Lenna's Archangel form. She looks so cool.
Yep.
Can you just stop doing that? Just get hit by the fridge.
I did get hit by the... Okay, so here's the refrigerator. Time is about to be now, and time.
GG's.
Would you please stop trying to do that attack at the end of 8 fridge? It never works. We always lose time because you're slow and bad at the game.
It always works for me because I'm the best there's ever been.
It didn't work this time for
Anyway, Tentaluchus looks like an egg from behind.
For everyone in chat wondering, Bug and I have a very friendly, sisterly rivalry in this game and like love to banter a lot. She's got...
Is it really a rivalry when I'm the best?
Hey, I beat your time in blind seeded. So Bug has a 41 something in solo random seeded, and I have a low 42 in blind seeded. Random and blind seeded play pretty much the exact same, but they have separate boards on speedrun.com, so technically speaking, we both have a random perfect ending solo world record, and we love to give each other business about it. But,
I'll let you do the shoutouts first.
Yeah, so shoutouts to Fast Pace Events for having us and letting us show off that this game can get even cooler with the power of friendship. Shoutouts to Bitten Studio for making an absolutely incredible game with Lenna's Inception and a second incredible game with Cassette Beasts. Both of them are unbelievably cool and just so much fun to play both casually and in a speedrun setting. Shoutouts to all of my friends from the Sonic side of the world, Callie Macen, Virtual Cat, Flame Dragon, all of them just such wonderful people to hang out with. And shameless plug, you can find me on YouTube, Twitch, and Blue Sky at Snowball SMB. I like to play Sonic, I like to play Super Monkey Ball, I also like to play some indie games like this one. This one's great. And Bug, do you have any shoutouts?
Yes, shout out to Fast Pace Events for having me. Shoutouts to Snowball for getting me to do this and for involving me in all of this. Shoutouts to the inhabitants of the Toonbug Terrace Discord. Shoutouts to Roxaburo Michiba. Shoutouts to Shadow the Hedgehog. Thank you for having me. I'm going to go transform into a bowl of dry cat food now.
I appreciate the shout-out, Oddly Shaped Bug.
Yes, the ultimate life form approves of this message. I also approve of the powers of friendship and compassion.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, you two.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, other me.
Which is why I did say it, other me. Thank you again, you two. What a wonderful run. Like I said, showcasing the power of friendship and compassion, which is a large part of what we're doing here today at Fast Pace for Friendspace 2, raising money in support of Take This. Take This was the first mental health organization of its kind in the game industry, founded back in 2012. Had, as many of us have, quite a 2024, very narrowly avoided having to close. So we are very grateful that thanks to the generosity of people like those who are watching and donating today, they were able to stay open and continue to raise money to decrease the stigma and increase support for mental health in the game enthusiast community and inside the game industry, both in development and otherwise. We have a lot more fun for you coming up, including our very next run, which is going to be Sonic Generations on the 3DS with our friend Brandino. So we'll have that coming up through in just a minute. We'll be right back.